Hello, and welcome to Swerve's Bar Podcast. I'm your host, Onyx Prime, and I'm here with my co-host.
Hi, I'm Computron.
Kilobite won't be able to make it today, but we are greeted with a fantastic new guest named Lapis. How would you describe yourself, and thank you for being on the show?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to be here. To describe myself, I try to be very friendly to everybody. Just generally kind. I'm creative. Yeah, good at things sometimes.
And what faction do you normally lean towards? Autobot, Decepticon, Maximal? For the audio audience here, since we're not a visual medium.
I am a sucker for the Decepticons. I love
Yeah,
like there's so many cool different bots in that faction there. But I'm also a lover of the Maximals and the Predacons as well. So
Oh, fantastic. And we have you on here for a cool, sweet Q&A. Computron, do you mind taking the floor?
yeah. So kind of let's kind of start from the beginning here and just ask, what brought you to the world of Transformers? Was it a show, comic, a series, or a specific character?
I was watching Beast Wars when I was younger. My dad introduced it to me. It was my very first Transformers media that I consumed, and then he also started showing me the original '80s cartoon shortly after I finished the first season of Beast Wars, and I fell in love with the characters. Wheeljack was my favorite when I was little. Just I loved his personality and how fun he was. Oh yeah, it was definitely Beast Wars that got me started with the series.
Well, that's just Prime.
That was a good one.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
Do you have any current side projects you are currently working on?
I am actually working on getting a fanzine going.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Transformers animated based. It's called Detroit Daily. I'm the social media moderator, so I handle posting all of the different posts about information on design and all that fun stuff.
that's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah, I've never worked on a Zine before, so it's my first time. But it's been really fun so far, and it's working with a lot of very close friends of mine. So that's a cool experience.
You'll have to let us know when it's available.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be free, so everybody can get their hands on it.
Yeah. So diving into the next question here, I think you probably already answered this, but let's kind of go in a little bit more detail. Who is your favorite Transformers character and why?
See, that's a hard one because I have a lot. I have one for every faction. So, like I mentioned earlier, favorite Autobots definitely Wheeljack from the original series. If we're talking Dinobots, I love Swoop.
Good choice, good choice.
It's
Love
Yeah,
the
Swoop.
Dinobots.
the Dinobots are great. And then if we're talking more Decepticon, Soundwave is a personal
Yeah.
favorite. And then if we're doing Beast Wars, for the Predacons, I love Tarantulas, and the Maximals, I love Dinobot.
Oh, those are some good choices.
Thank you.
Can't argue with any of those.
I mean, they're the best characters.
Oh, especially the Soundwave.
Oh,
This is
Soundwave is
Soundwave.
so good.
There's no
I
biased opinions here.
You're right. No, there's no bias. Transformers Prime Soundwave is my personal favorite design.
Oh no.
Don't you oh no me? I love the original, but Transformers Prime just took a much more monstrous approach to the character, and I really like monsters. So
I like its facial design for the Prime series.
yeah, the complete lack of one. It's great.
Exactly. So, speaking of Soundwave, this is a perfectly entered in segue here. What got you into cosplaying?
Oh, Transformers is like I mentioned. It's been my thing since I was little, um, and one of the big factors that kind of got me to start working on costumes was I went to a little convention in my hometown. It was a really small convention, but I went there and I found a group called the Arizona Autobots. They were just Transformers cosplayers doing their thing, and I thought it was really cool. Unfortunately, they didn't have signups at that event, but a couple months later, I found them at Arizona's main Comic Con called Phoenix Fan Fusion, and they had signups there. So I signed up, I joined the group, and they helped me put together a costume. They helped me to build Kickback from the G1 series. And ever since then, like I've just fallen in love with the cosplay community. And I've got tons of just random projects that I've started and haven't touched in months. But one day we'll finish.
Well, let me ask here. You said Arizona Autobots, but you cosplayed as Kickback?
Yeah, the Arizona Autobots.
Interesting.
Okay, see, the best part is our most active members are all Decepticons, um, except for our Bumblebee. So most conventions, it'll be Kickback, Swindle, Starscream, Megatron, and then Bumblebee.
The infiltration protocol has succeeded.
Yeah. Of course, anybody with even a little bit of yellow on them, including myself, are immediately referred to as Bumblebee, even if you're standing right
Bumblebee.
next to Bumblebee. So,
I
yeah,
can
we're all
relate.
backup Bumblebees.
That's actually how we met at a convention. I was cosplaying as Grimlock. And I know a couple times I was called Optimus Prime, so I can relate on that level.
Everybody gets Optimus at least once. Doesn't matter
Fantastic.
which Transformer you're cosplaying, you get Optimus.
So, kind of rolling into this, I hear you might be in a Transformers D&D podcast. And without
where'd you hear that?
spoiling anything, would you tell us what your thoughts are and what character you play?
I think that it's a really cool campaign so far. I am very intrigued on what's going to be happening. I play the character named Frostfang. She is a Maximal who kind of gets sucked into the shenanigans of the other members of the group. She's just looking for some information that's a bit difficult to come by. But yeah, she's tagging along with the group, and she's going to learn to make some new friends.
What are your expectations for this adventure that your character is on?
I don't know if I necessarily have any expectations. I have hopes that everybody's gonna get a chance to just kind of bond, and that we're gonna get to see some really cool relationships pop up in between the characters. I'm pretty excited for one potential friendship with another member on this podcast here, Computron. I'm hoping our characters will become friends.
Yeah, and I'm hoping too. I'm playing something completely different. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Different indeed. All right, I think it's time for our last question for you. Where can listeners find you?
Oh, I am on quite a few platforms. You can find me on Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter under the username LapisDragon01. And then I'm on a couple of more art-based sites as well, called Artfight and Toy House, that under the same username as well.
Right on. And listeners, we'll have those links in the details below or on screen now. I think that concludes our end of the Q&A. Do you have any questions for us?
Questions for you. Oh, this is on the spot here. You know what? What about what are your guys' favorite Transformers? Do you have any?
Oh, mine's hand down Grimlock all time.
That's fair.
Mine is, and the reason why I called you out a little earlier is G1 Soundwave.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
He's a cool character. I have no judgments there.
I'm just a big fan of the boombox.
What about his kids that come out?
Yeah, number one dad.
His children. I need to give me a mug.
Yeah, you do.
Other than that, I don't think I have any more questions.
All right. And I think we'll conclude here. Thank you so much for listening. And this was Lapis, everybody. So make sure you go follow her on all of their social medias and enjoy.
And we'll have them posted.
Yeah, we'll have them posted. And if you're interested in more Transformers D&D content, try and checking out Transform and Roll Out. Till all are one.
Till all are one.
Till all are one.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Swerve's Bar Podcast. You can also find us on Twitter at Swerve's Bar. If you are interested in more content, try checking out the spin-off D&D series, Transform Rollout. The first season, Rise of the World Killers, is completely out now. Let us tune in for a preview now.
Okay, give me just a sec. Because I didn't know you were going to be a vendor bot today, Zephyr.
I want you to know that I'm actually having an absolute blast.
Derailing
just like-
the campaign is the best.
I like how Primus just sat down and goes, you know what? I really wasn't planning on this, but this is just absolutely going splendidly.
A murder turned into the most beneficial thing that's happened thus far.
Fascinating. There's also a YouTube channel with bonus content with a link provided below. And if you are so inclined, you can support us on Patreon, where you can get even more bonus content, such as several 3D files and access to their Discord. Links will be provided below. And transmission